did have a brand new release that came out yesterday for iOS and today for Android. The release version is 2.8.3. And we also have some cool web improvements that I'm going to be talking about. Both app releases, they have several bug fixing. So I'm sure if you submitted an issue and your issue was resolved, we have as a policy that you get notified right away as soon as the release is out. So if you haven't heard from us, you feel free to reach out to support and find out when we have that scheduled to fix or to bring. But if you did report any issues and we fix it in this release, you should have received an email. I know I did because I reported too, And so we have a lot of bug fixings for both iOS and Android on version 2.8.3. Now let's go into the cool part, which is web. So I mentioned this before. We are seeing a very, very high influx of viewers through web, and they're all landing into your public pages, which is great. So we are always thinking as a team, how can we provide value to you so when someone lands on your web profile, they actually know what you're about, know what Fanbase is about, and empower them not only to sign up, but also to share. So with that said, we started a small roadmap. I call small roadmap because they're small increments that I think are going to make a big impact. That's what we're all about, right? If we can do small increments, big impacts, that's our sweet spot right there. So in this case, we actually added a lot of elements to the profile, web profile, that we didn't have. For example, you can now see your caption, you can see your links, and so on. Small details, but it makes a big difference. We're already seeing some good results on our insights. And also, you can now share your web profile as well through web. So if you go to your web profile, you can always find your web profile by doing fanbase.app/your username or /@ your username. You will see there is 3 dots right next to your username. And when you tap in there, you will be able to share. Right now, we're doing some test sharing. So we have some specific platforms that we're working with, but you're able to copy the link and share. You can share through email, and you can share through other social media as well. So those are some of the web increments. This was a small release, but I think it's going to be very impactful. We had about 7 issues resolved in iOS and about the same for Android. Okay, so but the team is preparing for what's coming next, and that's what I was wanting to jump right on board on that. So again, we have the latest version 2.8.3. Today it came out for Android, yesterday it came out for iOS, so make sure you upgrade your app to the latest version, always recommended. But let's talk what's coming up, because the team is not stopping on this as usual. We are continuing working on the big release that is coming up for Sprint 85, which we started today. Is going to be audio chat history. Okay, so audio chat room history, for those that use this a lot, every time you get into a room, you are able to see all the messages from that point onward. We are changing that because we understand that sometimes you leave the room, you come in late, but you want to participate of the conversation. You want to know what's there. So we call that increment chat room history. So starting on the release for next sprint, which is for the end of this month, you will be able to see chat room history there. And no matter if you leave or you come back, you'll be able to see what users are talking about. Okay. Now, of course, if the room is closed, it is an ephemeral chat. Obviously, the chat room will disappear. That's an obvious one, but I always have to say it. So that's a big one that is coming. There's an even bigger one that is coming right after that, which is Fanbase audio on web. So the team is already finalizing. We're going to start the QA on it. We're super, super excited. We're also bringing some really, really cool increments with Fanbase audio on web that we believe is going to help and empower a lot of partnerships for us. That's all I can say. But we're super excited. So Fanbase audio on web It's scheduled to come out. We're going to do actually a mid-release. We're not going to wait for Sprint 86 to finish. So we're hoping that the first week of February, you will have access to Fanbase audio on web. Now, you might be wondering, if you haven't heard before, so what's the advantage of having Fanbase audio on web, right? Well, let me give you an example. And I always go back to this example because I think it's the perfect example. We had Snoop Dogg coming in and doing an audio room back in Thanksgiving, and we had a room with a lot of people. We have thousands of people joining the room, but we actually have hundreds of thousands of users clicking and wanting to access through web. Now, a lot of them did not decide to download the app, so they couldn't participate or listen to the conversation. So we're changing that. So if you think about it, we're actually increasing the exposure of your conversations to the world. Obviously, this applies only to public rooms. If you're doing a private room or exclusive, you will not have web, not yet. So if you have a public room, now you're going to be able to see that your audience is going to increase significantly because anyone can listen to your conversation, join Fanbase, and we think that's going to be really, really big for you guys as content creators and for Fanbase as well. So Fanbase Audio on Web is coming the first week of February, and then we continue. But I'm not going to jump into the roadmap quite yet because I want to hear from you guys. And I'm sure I'm going to go into the chat room. I'm sure you guys are going a little crazy. Or not yet. The chat room is kind of quiet. That's different. Okay. Yes, Substance. So to your question, you're saying reactions on the PTR. So we are working already on reactions. We're going to actually mention the ATA for that. It's probably going to be end of February, but they will be coming to Fanbase, and we're working on that already. So, thank you, Sean. I'm being flattered here. When we will be able to pin post. So being able to pin post, that's related to the refactor of the feed. That's probably one of the most advanced or most complex increments that we have this quarter. So that's going to be the refactor of the feed is going to be finalized potentially end of the quarter, beginning of Q2. And after we do that, we're going to start running really, really quickly on putting a lot of these increments for posting, being able to pin post, being able to bring carousel posting, being able to give you better content on your feed. So we have a really long list of improvements on content creation and content management, because the pin post is more of a content management, and I can see the value of that. We just need to wait on this dependency that we're tackling this quarter. So keep being patient. Feel free to keep asking, and I'll tell you where we are. Okay? All right. So I'm also seeing, hey, Rama, do our followers get notifications when we post new content? If not, can you all add that? Yeah, so notifications is something that we are refining very, very thoroughly, because I wouldn't say it's a sensitive subject, but it's a subject that requires us to think it really thorough, because what might work for someone might not work for someone else. So we're looking for a better way. I saw music playlists. Yes, we actually, I mentioned, we made a transition last year from for music to try to look for more independent artists. So music is something that we need to work potentially in Q2, and we're going to bring to Flix and beyond. And we want to bring back playlists. We love the concept of playlists because, we love to cater a curated playlist, and even in the future allow you to create those as well. So, all right, let's see. I'm saying, what about sharing videos from other social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? Okay, so the way, I'm assuming you're asking, being able to share into Fanbase and bring them into Fanbase. So, we have ways to migrate content. One of the things I would love to do is to keep working on those migration tools that we have. We're talking about bringing another migration tool for another vertical as well. That's a way to really bring content here. I know that, for example, in Fanbase Plus, you can bring and paste a YouTube link and then create it as a Fanbase Plus exclusive. So we're looking for ways for you to monetize, for Fanbase to be your home base, your downstream app where you can bring all the content that you might have other places and truly monetize here. So it's not going to be your usual, copy a link and paste it like you do in other, such as Facebook, just because Fanbase model is completely different. But we are always looking to how can we help you, make it easy for you to bring content you already created somewhere else into Fanbase. Okay. Let's see. You can share links in chat. Yeah. Are you and third exploring building a Fanbase app for the Apple Vision Pro? I saw 2 questions about that. Don't see, now that you said that, guess what Isaac is going to give me for my birthday? He's going to give me an Apple Vision Pro. That's what he usually does, He gives me presents that has a second meaning, saying, hey, man, remember when we had the whole metaverse thing?
Yeah.
Isaac gave me a meta thing. So, yeah, well, we haven't, obviously when that came out, all of our developers, especially those that love Apple, they were all starting to brainstorm and saying, we could do this and we could do that. But we haven't gotten that far yet. We're so focused right now on what we're trying to achieve in the next 2 quarters. But I would love to, get resources to start integrating something with Apple Vision Pro. So, all right. Let's see. I'm going through the thing. That's saucy. Don't forget SoundCloud. Oh my God. That's true. I remember SoundCloud. I almost forgot. Let's see, JC. I would like to be able to repost other people's content to my stories. Yeah. Stories is something that we definitely want to work on and open it up even more. So we're definitely going to be working on that. And that brings another topic that I always mention is being able to share internally within Fanbase. It's something that we always talk about, how we can empower internal virality, but also how other creators can help other creators also make money. Because we're a fully monetized app, when it comes to sharing internally, we also have to have considerations how we handle the monetization. But as far as sharing through stories to help, highlight your content from other ones, we're definitely going to get there. All right. Let's see. Question is Fanbase hiring. So we're hiring. We actually hire a few marketing folks. Right now we're in a good place. We have a very robust team that we think can help us achieve our next milestone. We're hoping that once we get to that milestone, hopefully soon, we're going to be able to start opening up and looking for more people. We definitely are looking for real growth this year. So be on the lookout. We always, every time we have new openings, we let everyone know through socials as well. And if you go to fanbase.app/careers, you can always see if there's any opportunities in there. Okay? All right. Let's see. Isaac's presence to me is always in the form of food. Well, Kyle, I don't know what he's trying to tell you, man. All right, let's see. Okay. Let me see if anyone wants to come up, and then I'll do a brief. I'm going to see if you see Duran. Hey, Duran, what's going on? You sleeping?
Hey, Rama. Hey, third, man, get better, man. Cool. You get some tea?
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm back at it.
Well, I'm partially good, third, holding this baby that's 8 days and this other baby that's 22 months in one arm and the other, and then attempting to, I love my iPad, third, attempting to sketch on my iPad, and she keeps snatching the pencil from me. Wait a minute, I'm on the stage now. Give me a second. So, yeah, I was asking about this. All right, come on. I was asking Rama about the Apple Vision Pro, because I had seen an article from Bloomberg that said that Spotify and Netflix are working on some applications, and Apple had launched a developer program. I think they may be for qualified developers. Obviously, Fanbase will qualify, but you guys have been in the App Store for some time now. they're sending a Vision Pro to qualified developers to start playing with it. So that's why I was actually asking the question.
Yeah, well, actually, we have some, we have our conversations, our insights with Apple. I've talked to them. I'm definitely interested and want to do it, so I don't discard it. But I know they're actually starting to open that up.
Yeah, it was a random question because I had got a notification from the article, and I said, I wonder if Third and Rama's focusing on that. But yeah, I'm excited to see where you guys take it as far as the Vision Pro, because the prospects of us being able to see other fan bases inside of the headset and feel like we're in the same room is going to be nice.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Stefan, how are you? Welcome.
I'm all right, Rama. What's happening, Rama? What's happening, Isaac? Isaac and Rama both in the back channel. So the issue I'm dealing with is I updated, I verified my email. It took me 4 tries, and it wouldn't verify. So I contacted Vicky.
Yep.
And all of a sudden it verified, but I lost my main profile.
Oh, I lost you there. So you lost your what?
Off the app. And when I tried to come back, it brought back the profile I made like my main profile. So I created a profile like 2 years ago, but I didn't use it. And then I was using, I can't get back to you.
Okay. Well,
in some kind of way.
Go ahead. Sorry, you're breaking up. I don't know if it's me, but I think you're breaking up. And I think I got your issue. If you said that you had the ticket and you've been working with Vicky on that one, I'll reach out to her and see what the problem is. So we're obviously doing an effort to verify, for everyone to be able to verify their email. That has a purpose, but you shouldn't experience all those problems that you mentioned. So
my question is, did you use the same, when you made a new profile, did you use the same email?
No, in fact, the first profile was with SBC Global. The new profile was with Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
For some kind of reason, the old profile got assigned to Gmail, and now I can't get the profile back that I was using. This is a profile made from Yahoo. That I'm like, okay, this is too many emails I got jostling around, and I can't get the profile that I actually need. That's the one that got my camp and all that stuff in it, and I can't seem to get back to it.
Okay, I'll follow up on that and see what the problem might be. We haven't heard really any issues like that, but we'll still take a look at it. That's very strange. Definitely has to do with the multiple profiles, but we'll figure out a way to help you out.
I appreciate it. Nice and glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, guys. Let's do a brief summary of what we talked about today. As usual, we talked about a lot. But we started mentioning that we had a release for iOS yesterday and a new release for Android today. That's 2 releases in 2 weeks. Don't get spoiled, guys. We just did that because we actually merged a few releases together. This release is bringing several bug fixing for iOS and Android, and for web, it's actually bringing some small increments that we think is going to really help you gain more exposure and get more followers through the web channels. You can now share your web profile through web, and also we brought some of the elements such as captions, URLs, and so on your web, which we believe are going to make a big difference. We're going to continue doing these small increments, but those were included in this release. I also talked about what we're working on and some of the things that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. Next release, we're going to have audio chat room history. So you're going to be able to, no matter when in the conversation you join or you leave and you join again, all the history on the conversation. The week after, we're going to do a mid-release and bring Fanbase audio on web, which we're super excited. And then we'll continue throughout the rest of the quarter, including refactor of the feed. We're going to bring several live increments, such as live feed as well. We talk about.
Wait for that. Did you explain that? Did you explain that to everybody?
Talk about also. Yeah, so basically, one of the verticals that we still don't have a feed about is live, right? Right now, when you go live, we're obviously notify your followers, all your followers, and they can see you either by looking at your profile or as a story when you go live. And now we want to give more exposure to the live vertical, which we think is very central. And we're going to be creating a feed where you're going to be able to see all the lives that are going on in Fanbase. So I know a lot of you that are in the audience are super excited, are super users for live, but you're going to start getting more exposure and more engagement for live. So that's coming up soon.
Live is a bottleneck if you don't have a large following. And so now, it's like now you can channel surf with live. So if you ever go live on Fanbase, just know that your live is visible to the entire platform, so people can just swipe and discover what's going on. And as we, start moving AI into different verticals, AI will start to become part of that algorithm and knowing what kind of lives you're into. And start serving you that content, because live is just IRL content is so important in real life content. Live streaming is so important. So I'm excited about that, because I'm curious to see what people will stream live, because people do all kinds of different things on live. They cook, they play chess, they box, they play video games, they do all kinds of different kinds of stuff. So I'm just excited to see what kind of stuff people will be doing on live, and I think it'll give people a lot more visibility and engagement. So it's going to make it like, 100-fold, because now you're not limited to just your following. So even if you got 4 followers, your live will be visible to an app of 600,000 people. And whoever's on there at the time will have an opportunity to see that live. So I think that's dope.
Yep. And then we'll have also, we call them emotions in the audio chat. We're going to start that roadmap. They're already working on it, and we're hoping to have that by end of February as well. So a lot of things in the kitchen, all for you guys, and all thanks to you guys, because you guys share feedback, share ideas, and we learn from that, and we always try to improve the experience. So hopefully you guys are enjoying all the different releases that we're bringing. We're going to continue moving forward. Hopefully quicker, better. I think the next 3 months for us are very key. And, like I said, we're not just looking to grow this year. We're looking to grow exponentially this year. And we're super excited of everything that is going on inside Fanbase. So with that said, if there are no other questions, I'm looking there. Who wants to play Connect for Live? I think we're good, guys. Well, I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the week. Stay warm if you are in the Northern Hemisphere. And please, because people from all over the world, right now, down south is summertime. So when I say stay warm, they're like, you crazy? So, they definitely keep sharing feedback. Make sure you join me again next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, every Thursday, so we can talk tech, development.
Oh, that's all right.